In the years before the war, Russia was run under a strong autocracy, with the Tsar in power. In the 1860s, the economy was suffering because millions of serfs were being bound in an inefficient system, so Tsar Alexander II emancipated the serfs, still gave them little rights as peasants. Lastly, anti-Semitic attitudes grew, and soon pogroms would take place in many Russian towns.
From this day forward, I declare that all serfs shall be free!
I am a member of the Jewish faith.
Get down.
Russia had wished to expand their power into the Asian countries, thus they attempted to take over Korea. At the same time, Imperial Japan was also interested in expanding to Korea. This started conflicts between the Asian and European powers. While Russia was clearly the stronger country, they actually ended up losing the Russian-Japanese War. This was the first time a European country had lost to an Asian power. At home, poor conditions and unrest in Russia led to peaceful protests occurring at the Winter Palace. Soldiers guarding the palace opened fire against these peaceful protesters, which would later be called Bloody Sunday. Using Bloody Sunday as a rallying cry, protesters continued into the revolution in 1905. From the revolution, the Tsar Nicholas would create an extremely weak and unsuccessful legislative government called the Duma. At the same time, Russia also allied with Britain, France, and the Triple Entente.
Korea, you're coming with me. Dang it. Let's go. Ah!
I got you.
Stay away from the Tsar's palace. We want housing. We want sanitation. We want housing. We want sanitation. Fire! Ah! Remember Bloody Sunday, don't go to work. Remember Bloody Sunday, don't go to work. Because of your cries of revolution, I have decided to make a new parliamentary government, named the Duma.
We are forming a military alliance against Germany and Austria.
I'm in. Count me in.
A peasant named Rasputin was able to gain political influence on the court due to the Tsarina's gratitude of his holy abilities. Even though they assassinated him, his impact would send ripple effects to the middle and the lower class to revolt against the Tsarist regime. The crumbling leadership fell quickly to the citizens, as well as the soldiers who betrayed their leader and started the March Revolution. A provisional government would be put in place, which forced Nicholas to abdicate his throne, and Russia would be soon led by the Prime Minister Alexander Kerensky.
My son, you have the royal disease.
I'm Rasputin. I'm a holy man who can cure your son.
Thank you.
Rasputin, I got your drink, sir.
Thank you. This is poison. I want you to go stop the revolutions that are happening right now, soldier.
Okay.
Peace and bread!
Paul.
Peace and bread! Peace and bread! Peace and bread! I, Tsar
Nicholas
Russia, am abdicating my throne today due to the amount of chaos that we've been experiencing recently.
I, Alexander Kerensky, the new head of the new provisional government.
The leader of the Marxist Bolsheviks was a man named Lenin. In the November 1917 revolution, Lenin and the Bolsheviks had overthrown the Kerensky provisional government and created his own communist government. In order to maintain loyalty within the people, Lenin had enforced a secret police known as the Cheka. The Cheka were unknown people that killed anyone who were disloyal to the government. Followers of the government were known as Soviets. They were council of workers and soldiers' deputies, and they had represented the lower class radical ideas. Lenin's right-hand man was Leon Trotsky. He was their military brains and was responsible for many of Russia's military tasks, such as the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. The treaty gave up Poland, Ukraine, Finland, and Baltic provinces to Germany, as well as pulled Russia out of the war.
I am Lenin, the leader of the Bolsheviks. We stand for the proliferation of the proletariat and the destruction of the capitalist economies.
I am Leon Trotsky, general of the Bolshevik army. Any deserters will die.
We are the Soviets. We fight for the people. Down with the provisional government.
The provisional government is going through a rough time right now, but we will still continue enforcing the liberal middle class agenda.
This is false. The proletariat are the most important. Therefore, we must support a communist government. I, Lenin, will become the head chairman.
This war has been going on for far too long. We've lost so much. We need to end Lenin's regime right now while we still can before it gets out of hand.
I agree, and on top of that, we have to check it hunting us.
Yes, and you are the next two on our list. In the end, my heart is still red.
Bringing peace to Russia would be easier said than done, as there would be many opposers to their views. Civil war would ensue, as the Lenin's Bolsheviks, the Reds, would have to defend the territories from the Mensheviks, who were the Whites. After the defeat of the Whites, Lenin had to make new changes to push communism forward in Russia. War communism was a system used to take control of private enterprises and banks. Later, Lenin's new economic policy would allow private ownership of small businesses that had no more than 20 employees. The government would still control the heavy industries, mining industry, and banks.
Yeah, that's right. Run away! We Reds have defeated the Whites, and we will now instill a communist government.
Man, times have been tough during the Civil War. The only way I can get food is by hunting.
That seems like an awful lot of guns for one person. We'll take 3 of these for the war.
No! That's what you signed up for when you became a Red.
Hey, what are you writing there?
It's a new economic policy. It's going to give back a small amount of industry to private owners.
That's not communist enough. This is a communist government. We all have to share it.